there. So now let's get into the first draft picks, because they did announce the first round of draft picks. Of course, number 1 was Becky Lynch. She is now on Raw officially.
Surprising.
The OC with AJ Styles was also selected by Raw. And we also had Raw selecting Drew McIntyre over to the Raw brand as well. Remember, Raw gets 3 picks to SmackDown's 2 picks. SmackDown picked Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt. So Dave,
now, was it strange to you how they did this? Because it's like you pick people who are already on Raw, which was confusing to me at first. I'm like, why are they picking people already on the show?
Oh, what do you mean?
Because Becky Lynch, the OC, and Drew McIntyre were already technically a part of the Raw brand, even though there was a new list out, which I don't care about that list. As far as we knew it, they were already a part of Raw.
Right, well, I guess this is their way of officially drafting them to their show. Because remember, what they said was, if no one gets drafted, they're free agents.
Yeah.
So they had to draft them regardless if they're already on Raw or if they're already on SmackDown. So at least they kind of explained themselves there.
Yeah, so there'll be no, like, submental draft, whatever it's called. I used to do it before, where people will just get randomly selected after Raw or whatever, like they've done before.
No, apparently now everybody's a free agent now, and they have their own, they can decide where they want to go.
So did they...
SmackDown, Raw, NXT.
So SmackDown, did they do about 10 picks on SmackDown, or was it 5 picks?
I'm not sure. We're going to go over that right now.
But Bray was the only new thing that really because Bray getting drafted to SmackDown was the only thing that was different about that whole thing.
Yeah. Bray was the only different draftee out of the 5 that got drafted in the first round. Maybe WWE thinks the same roster without the wild card rule will be enough. Would have been enough to satisfy everyone. Is Black on the pool for Monday? I think so. I think he's. I would imagine. Now let's get to round 2, because this is when things started getting a little bit interesting. The second round, we had SmackDown pick Sasha Banks and Braun Strowman.
You just made the
Raw
list.
picked Randy Orton, Ricochet, and Bobby Lashley. Thank you, Marty96, for the follow there. Appreciate that, brother. Lacey is going to SmackDown as a change, to be honest. It surprised me. 30 picks happened on SmackDown. 41 will happen on Monday. Holy shit. Well, that's a 3-hour show. It makes sense. Which out of those shocked you the most? Were you shocked to see Ricochet stay on Raw? I was. I thought he would be moving over to SmackDown. Randy to Raw is a much-needed change for Randy Orton, so I'm glad that he's moving over to the Red brand. Sasha Banks to SmackDown. What do you think about that?
It almost seemed like it was foreshadowing when she came back with blue hair that she was going to SmackDown. It seemed like that was foreshadowing. And I think when we did our picks last weekend, or whatever it was the last time we did them, I think I did say, I think it was Thursday night actually, but I think I did pick Sasha for SmackDown, so there you go. And I thought, and Braun Strowman I think was more surprising than Sasha, because just never know. But because Strowman now is a big focal point for their October show or their Halloween show.
So it makes sense for them to move him to Friday night so they can really display him more with Tyson Fury.
I don't mind it. I think it's a good sign for Braun to, like you said, for Randy Orton. I think this is good for Strowman because he kind of needs a new scenery, because it's like everyone on Raw he's basically destroyed. So
we'll get into Braun Strowman, because I have some interesting comments about him. So yes, Braun Strowman to SmackDown. Braun Strowman to SmackDown makes sense because of the whole feud with him and Tyson Fury at the moment. Sasha Banks makes sense as well.
Did that surprise you?
Not a little bit, yes, but seeing Becky go to Raw, it kind of makes sense. I'm done with Becky and Sasha. Sasha needs a new scenery over on SmackDown. Bobby Lashley staying on Raw, not too much of a shocker, but Ricochet to me staying on Raw was a bit of a shocker to me. I figured we would see Ricochet doing his flips and stuff over on SmackDown Friday nights. But
so, can I ask you something? Do you think this means, because we've had this happen in the past, which I don't think it's going to happen here because it's on Fox now.
Right.
But we've seen in the past where we've had these drafts. John Cena gets drafted to SmackDown. Later on in the very last pick of the night, John Cena gets drafted back to Raw. I mean, I don't hope we don't do something like that again, but yeah, we probably won't with the way they're doing it.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen.
Any way that happens?
No, because I think it would have happened last night with Becky going back to SmackDown if they really were going to go that route. But no, I don't see that happening. I would be shocked to see if they did. It looks like they're treating this draft a little bit more legit this time, as we saw draft rooms and stuff like that. Did anyone else hear that Ember is injured again? It sucks. Horrible timing for her relationship with Vince is much better, and they had big plans for her on SmackDown on Fox.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Seeing the AEW at the top, something just popped in my head. Did you hear about Taz?
Yes, we're going to get into that. But let's touch a little bit on Braun Strowman. Since we're on SmackDown, we'll get into the rest of the draft picks